Hi everyone, Chris Yoke at Yoke Pen Company. I'm going to talk today a little bit about angles of an oblique pen holder and setting your nib at the proper angle. Also going to take this opportunity to show off a little bit and give a couple people a plug of a couple things I just purchased. One being this leather blotter. This one I had custom engraved, or not engraved, but burnt. Branded with my logo. This is available on Etsy from MRMG Ward. You can do a search for that. I will also be putting a link on my website, on my links page, to his Etsy store. Makes these custom, plain, whatever you want. They're wonderful. They have a little roll up here and a tie on it so you can roll it up and take it with you. The other thing is a new pin holder I got from Fox and Quills. It's an awesome little thing. She has them in different colors and stuff. Holds a single pin holder, protects it. That way you can stow it and go. Awesome little cool little thing. So showing off my new leather products and giving them a little plug. Okay, back to the reason we are here, and that is adjusting a pin angles. There's basically a couple things. You've got your angle that the nib is set at, and that angle should match. I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see there's horizontal or diagonal lines at a 52-degree angle. That angle of that nib, you want it to be at the same angle as those lines when you write. So that's your starting point. And because widths, diameters vary, angles will also vary from pin holder to pin holder. If you look at these are two very different angles, and that has to do with the diameter and geometry. But you'll get them in different angles, and all you need to do is change the angle of your paper slightly. Just turn it a couple degrees to match. Okay, the next angle we're going to talk about is the upward cant, and that is the angle that this, let's find something to give a good example. This nib varies at that angle, basically, and that varies the writing to the paper. I've heard people say you just turn it, set it so you know your nib point is parallel with the top of that. That's not going to always be true. That may be a general starting point for a beginner or something like that, but the thing is, depending on the size of your hand, the angle of the pin holder itself is going to vary, and also because of your grip. What you want to do is you want to have this at a angle so when you do your upstrokes, your thins, it doesn't catch on the paper. If it gets too steep, hear that? That is catching. So you want it to be angled so it's down, but you don't want it too far down, because as you go down, if the flatter you get to the paper, the less on the tip of the point you're going to be, and you're going to be writing on the sides of the tines, and you're never going to get your hairlines like they should be. So what you want to do is write until it doesn't grab. If it grabs, then you're going to take this, you're going to hold the pen holder tightly with this hand, and you're going to rotate this so it goes up. You're going to twist it. Now you can see that the tip of my nib is now higher than it used to be, so it will most likely write smoother at that point. And you only want to take it up as far as it can until it stops grabbing. Okay, the next one is your inward cant, and that is how far. I'm going to bend this one so you can see what I'm talking about. This is inward, and what that's doing is putting your tines on the paper flat. The way to figure out how you need it is to grab your pen comfortably, close your eyes, and you're going to drop it to the paper. Okay, I'm going to zoom in real quick. because I want you to see, oops, too far. Alright, you want the tines to spread evenly. If it's over on one side, if you can see, the tines are not spreading this way, the tines do not spread evenly. That's what you want. See how they're spreading evenly. And in order to do that, if you close your eyes, come down to the paper and just relax your hand and say it's like this, to where it's can't do that, tilted down like over that way. You want to raise this up, and again you're going to grab your pen and you're going to force it up a little bit, and vice versa. You want those tines to spread evenly. If they don't spread evenly, you're going to get jagged edges on one side, and it's also going to cause you to not write properly with thin hairlines, etc. And the best way to do that is close your eyes, drop your hand to the paper, and then look what your hand's doing when it's in its natural writing position. And that will help you get it to where it needs to be. So you've got those two adjustments. Again, you got your upward cant, which is the angle of the nib to your paper, and your inward cant, which is the angle of that your nib lies on the paper. And it's all simple adjustments. When you have metal, you just squeeze tightly and adjust it as needed. Again, if you need any help, feel free to email me. Thanks.